Hey you guys, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. So as y'all can see by the title, well, I don't even know what I'm gonna name this video. So whatever the title is, y'all probably could see what this video is gonna be about. I know what the video gonna be about, but I don't know what the title gonna be about. Anyway, but before we get started, y'all already know what to do. If you're not already doing so, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Yeah, and if you love my story times, why not turn on that post notification bell? And also follow me on Instagram at Vivalayoshii. Somewhere I'll place that. But anyway, let's get straight into this story. So this story took place on New Year's Eve, y'all. This was a while back. At this time, I was 18. Yeah, I was 18. So anyway, so it was New Year's Eve, and it was me, Toxic, and my other homegirl, whatever. I should give her a name because I might do stories about her eventually. Nah, it's cool. She's gonna be my other homegirl for now. So anyway, so it was me, Toxic, and my other homegirl. So we was trying to find some stuff to do. So we looking around, putting on Facebook like, hey, what's up for tonight? You know, and let me just tell y'all, New Year's Eve don't never go good for me, ever. So nowadays, I really don't even care about New Year's Eve. I'll stay in the house. But if I ain't sick with, it's crazy. This was like back to back. I used to get sick with the flu New Year's Eve. So anyway, so or if I do go out, it's always some bullshit. So yeah, so we looking for something to do. So I put it on Facebook. I was looking for something to do or whatever. And Toxic, she put it on Facebook too. So she ended up was like, oh, this boy hit her up. And he was just like, what he say? Oh, he was like, it's a kickback going up tonight. Like, we can come through. So I'm like, okay, let's go, whatever. So we was going to go to that. So Joe called me like, hey, why are you trying to find plans on Facebook? I seen Toxic post too. Like, y'all thirsty. He was like, I seen some nigga comment on her post talking about some, we having a kickback tonight again. Y'all talking about y'all going through. So I'm like, yeah, we ain't got shit else to do. That's what we finna do. So he like, nah, I got better plans for y'all than that kickback. He was like, the hood is having a stripper party. They rented out this club hall. Like, it's gonna go up. So I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, and if y'all want to come, y'all could get in free. You know, y'all come with me. So I'm like, y'all want to go there? They like, yeah. He like, it's going to be a bar there. It's going to be cool. Mind you, I'm 18. One of my homegirls, Toxic, was 18 as well. And my other homegirl, she was 17. It was no reason why we need to be drinking. But hey, at this time, we already done had a lot of drinks. So I'm like, all right, so we going to that, y'all. So we getting ready to go to that, y'all. Mind you, he said his hood. And then he also said club. So we got heels on, y'all. We get there. They rent out this little spot. It was like on Broadway and something. I don't remember. But they rent out this little spot. It was big as fuck on the inside. And they did kind of, sort of make it look decent in the inside as well. But yeah, the stage though, it was one of them portable little pole stages. And it was small. So that's all she had to work with. But she was doing her thing. So anyway, we get there. We got heels on. We walking in there with heels. Everybody got on tennis shoes. I'm just like, why the hood part didn't click more to me? But I guess we in heels tonight. So we go up in there. We in heels. You know, it's all cool or whatever. So they was letting people buy sections and shit like that. Oh, wait. Fast forward. I mean, rewind. Okay. So, yeah. So we getting ready to go. I'm mad that I did that. So anyway, so forget what I just said, y'all. So anyway, so we getting ready to go. And Joe's like, so do you want to drive or do you want to meet me there? So again, I'm 18. I have a car, but I'm not really that experienced with drinking and driving. So I was not about to fuck around. So I'm like, you could drive. Because he would drink, but not really. He was more on the smoking side, so it was cool. So I'm like, you could drive if you don't mind us riding with you. So he like, okay, it's cool. So he like, the homeboy gonna ride with me as well. Is that cool? I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's your car. So he pick us up and he like, oh, I gotta go to my hood to go pick up the homeboy. And plus we all gonna go cars deep to the club, you know, so we could get, you know, it's all good. So I'm like, cause it was his hood and another hood that did it together. So I'm like, all right. So we in the car, we in his car, we going to his hood, right? So let me tell y'all, prior to all of this, to this day or whatever, Joe had a homeboy that used to be in my DMs like a motherfucker. Mind you, this boy, it's not like he didn't know who I was. He met me through Joe, like, but it wasn't no like we kick it, nothing like that. It was just, I was with Joe one day and he was like, oh, this my girl, and be like, oh, what's up? Then the boy ended up adding me and on Facebook, and then after that, he just would not stop hitting me up talking about, oh, you need a real one in your life, you know, doing the most. I never used to reply. And I eventually one day told Joe, because I'm just like, what the fuck? So we pull up or whatever to go pick up the boy. And when we pull up to go pick up his homeboy, we're going to give his homeboy a name. His name is going to be Steve Harvey. And we're going to call him Steve Harvey because he used to stay with the Steve Harvey haircut. You know, the little fro. So he used to have that, so we call him Steve Harvey. So we, So we went to go pick Steve up. And yeah, so when we outside or whatever, everybody outside, and then this other boy pulled up. The boy that was in my DMs pulled up. So he like, hey, like telling his homeboy, no, but before the boy put up, he telling Steve, because we in the car sitting waiting for everybody to get there so we could all follow each other to the club. So he telling Steve like, hey, you guess who be in her DM, blah blah blah, baby blah blah blah, I ain't gonna say his name, be all up in her DM or whatever. And he was like, man, bro, that nigga thirsty, he be trying to talk to everybody, blah blah. That's what Steve's saying. So he like, right. So he put up, and Steve like, there go that nigga right there, like speaking of the devil, like laughing, like, you know. And he was like, right, that's crazy. He's like, weird ass nigga. But she, you know, and I'm like, right, I'll just ignore it. So we sitting there. Oh, boy, get out the car, baby, blah, 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 because I ain't going to say his name. Got out the car, and he's like, oh, what's up, my nigga, what's up? So he, like, go over there, whatever, look, and he like, who you got in the car? Okay, they look good. You'll say, Joe get out the car and say, nigga, you trying to see who I got in the car because you be all up in her DMs? And he was like, what? And he was like, Simone, didn't you say this nigga be all up in your DMs? And I'm like, whoa. So I'm sitting in the car like, because I told his homeboy he'd get in the front. So I sit in the back with my homegirls. And I'm just like, he gonna say, Simone, get out the car. I'm like, no, you doing too much. He was like, Simone, get out the fucking car. He was like, bro, so you don't be all in my bitch DMs? And he goes like, man, I do not be in her DMs. He like, bro, I seen the message. He's gonna say, but it's all good, but make sure you stay out of there or I'm gonna beat your ass. And the boy was like, bro, you tripping, man, but who all in the car? Who them? Who they? And he asked Steve like, any of them for you? And Steve like, nah, they're not for me. And mind you, Toxic and Steve used to date back in the day. But anyway, and yeah, we'll get there later. So anyway, so he like, who all in the car? Like laughing, baby, blah, 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 doing all that. And he just like, hey, man, nigga, you thirsty as fuck. Like, you know, that's what Joe said. So I'm just like, this nigga know he didn't just put me on the spot, have me get out the car, and basically, hi, yes, sir, you be in my DMs, me, like, well, he lying, bro. I showed Joe the messages. He done seen all of it. But anyway, neither here nor there. So anyway, we get in the car, we go to the club, boom. So y'all remember now, fast forward back. So I said, we there with heels on, looking stupid as fuck. Anyway, we looked cute, but we just didn't need to have heels on, and we was kind of too dressed up for that. Like, I think I had on like a whole glitter dress and some more shit. Like, it was doing the most type shit. But it was cute though. It was cute. You gotta go on the New Year looking cute. So anyway, boom. So they was letting people buy sections and shit like that. So Joe had bought a section, a little like section area or whatever. So when me and Joe, we used to go to clubs and stuff, like when we was young or got older, parties, whatever. When we used to go, like, we was the type, it's crazy because Joe was super on it, super insecure, shit like that. But if we go to parties, it's like parties was off limits. Like, he could go dance with people, I would not care because it's a party, and I could dance with people he wouldn't care, it's a party. But we ain't finna get on the floor. Like, I ain't finna be on the floor with a nigga dancing, and he ain't finna be on the floor with a bitch dancing, because, you know, that's kind of too much. Or don't pick a bitch up, or I wouldn't let a nigga pick me up, you know. But regular, just ain't like fucking it up. Like, that's cool, you know. It's just don't do too much. It was cool. So anyway, so he got his section. He like, yeah, y'all get something to drink, y'all go get something to drink. And he like, we gonna be right here, you know, y'all go dance, y'all go have fun, whatever. So we like, all right. So we went and got us something to drink. When we was at the bar, it was this boy, we gonna call him Creep. We just gonna call him Creep. Yeah, he could get a name. Creep get a name. So Creep was just at the bar. He like, hey, he was real drunk. Like, oh my God, what's up, y'all? Hi. He was like, he wasn't even that much older. Like, he was just very fucking weird. And he just like at the bar, just like, okay, like talking. So we just like, and we just drinking our drink or whatever. And we just like, after that, we go to the dance floor. We dancing. We just, you know, having a good time. So next thing you know, Creep over there, he trying to get in the middle of us, like, hey, like, y'all my friends. Y'all trying to just talk to, you ever know, like, that drunk person, like, you ever be at a party, and it be that drunk uncle or somebody drunk family member that just won't stop talking to you, and you just be like, bro, can y'all get him? That was Creep. And every time, even when we'll move away from him or be like, okay, like, you know, he'd still keep coming back. He just was annoying. So Toxic fucked up by dancing with the nigga. She dancing with him, and at this point, he think we all friends. Like, he's annoying. So he dancing with Toxic, and he like touching her and stuff. And I noticed because we've been drinking, so I'll go over there and move his hand. Like, the fuck, don't be trying to rub on her while you dancing. Like, get your dance and be cool. Like, you doing too much. So we dancing. So at this point, I'm like, let's go to the little section area and just chill for a little bit because our feet was hurting because we got heels on. So we like, all right. And I'm like, he got a bottle over there. So if we want to drink some more, we could just drink his bottle instead of just keep buying drink. So he like, where y'all going? Creep like, where y'all going? We like, we finna go to, my boyfriend got a section, that's where we're going to. He gonna say, oh, we going to the section? I said, no, you're not going to the section. We're going to the section. And he was like, why I can't come? I'm like, because you can't come. And he was like, I probably know that nigga. I'm like, come on, y'all. So he like, you said come on? I'm like, no. So Toxic like, just, I'll see you when we come back. Like, we could dance again when you come back. And he like, well, I want to dance from her next time, like, point to my homegirl. And she like, okay, when we come back. Like, and he like, so we walking, we talking, we like, yeah, like, this cool. Like, you know, he just like, right, it's real cool up in here. Why are you still walking behind us? So I'm just like, why is he following us? And they like, right, he's weird. So we just walking, he's still following us, but we talking amongst each other, and he's like jumping in our conversation, but we're ignoring him. We're not saying shit to him. So we walk up to the section, and Joe, he there. It was Joe, like more of his homies was there too. Steve Harvey there, you know, looking sharp in his suit. I'm just kidding, he had no suit on. But yeah, so they there. So we walk up, we sit down, and Creep sit down. So Joe looking like, he said, y'all know this nigga? And we like, because Joe be doing too much, so we just sitting there like, and he like, nigga, who the fuck are you? And he's like, oh, okay, bro, what's up? I see you, this your section, this you right here, I see you, bro, okay. And Joe went like that to his hand, because he like reached out to him, and Joe like hit his hand. He was like, nigga, who the fuck are you? And what made you think you could sit down in my section? And he was like, why the fuck are you following my bitch around? I said, no, hey. I'm like, he ain't following me. Like, he's following us as a whole, not just me. And I'm like, he was dancing with Toxic, and he just being like, he just following us for some reason. And I said that because I'm just thinking like, don't try to, don't make it seem like you following me. I'll start to, And I'm pretty sure he was watching us, so you knew what was up, but you probably seen us talk anyway. So he like, nah, it's cool. So Creep like, nah, it's cool. They my friends. So he was like, again, and asked us, he gonna say, do y'all know this nigga? And we like, and my other homegirl was like, no, we told you we don't know him. Like, you know, and he was like, nigga, get the fuck out of my section. And the boy was like, hey, you ain't gotta do too much, bro. And he stand up, he like, bro, you ain't gotta do too much. He just doing too much, still talking, nigga, just leave. He like, we good, we having a good time. It's New Year's Eve. So Joe pushed that nigga like super hard, and he tripped. Like, he already drunk, so he like fell. And he like, nigga, get the fuck out of my section before I have you get the fuck up out of here. And he was like, and then he like, he goes, okay, all right, nigga, you ain't gotta do all that, all right. So mind you, at this point, everybody looking at the whole scene. I'm just like, Joe, don't do this. Come on, it's New Year's Eve. Gotta have good energy to go into the new year, but whatever. So I'm just like, Joe, come on, calm down. He gonna say, no, because this nigga on some weird shit. And I'm just like, right, he really is. But chill, like, we having a good time. So he like, all right, I'm gonna have a good time. And I'm like, something to his homeboy, like, yeah, Joe, like, they laughing, like, fuck that weird ass nigga weirdo, like, they laughing at him. So the boy, he just like, yeah, okay, it's good, nigga, it's good. He like, so what, is that a threat? So Joe like, what is that a threat? He's like, nah, it's good, nigga. He's like, so what's up? Like, I'm like, bro, you need to fight him. And he like, so what's up? Like, you know, like squaring up. So Joe started taking off his chain, and he was like, you ain't gotta do all that, nigga. You good. And he was like, I know I'm good, cause this my hood. Like that. First of all, this is not your hood. This is your hood's party, but we're not in your hood technically. But whatever. So he just starts. So the boys start leaving. I'm just like, chill, like, calm down, calm down. So we get our drink, and he just started like asking us about, and we like, again, he was just a creep. Like, he just drunk. Like, don't worry about him. We having a good time. So they end up back kikiing, laughing and shit, talking about shit, whatever niggas be talking about, probably hoes, and about how he was gonna cheat on me and shit. Who knows? So they talking. So at this point, we like, all right, let's go back to the dance floor. We already drank some of that drink, and we, you know, feeling good. So we finna go back to the dance floor. We go back to the dance floor. Guess who pull up on the homegirl and behind her like, creep. Like, bro, did you learn your lesson? For one, I wouldn't even want to talk to us no more, because it's like, but anyway, I guess he didn't care. So creep back over there, and at this point, my homegirl didn't even want to dance with him, because she just like, look what just happened, bro. Like, you're doing the most. So he like, why y'all acting like that? Y'all acting like y'all can't dance with me? And he was like, I'm gonna buy y'all some drinks. And we like, no, we good. We already been drinking. We could buy our own drinks, and we got drink over there. We good. So he like, I'm gonna buy y'all a drink. And he was like, y'all fuck with Molly Tron? Nigga, for one, we ain't finna take no drink from you, you fucking weirdo. So we like, no, we like, boy. So we just like move over, and we just dancing. He just like, hey. So he start touching Toxic. He like, come on, all right, you dance with me again. And she was just like, I'm good, like, you know, I'm good. And he was like, you wanna go to the bathroom? And I was just like, hey, get the fuck away from us before I have my boyfriend come over here. Like, you doing too much. Cause at this point, nigga, you're a weirdo. Like, bro, he's gonna say, do you wanna go to the bathroom to me? So I was just like, no, he didn't. So I'm like, bro, get your weird ass away from here. I was like, before I cause a scene. Because at this point, it's like, now, Joe, do your shit. No, but anyway, it's just you make me fight people. But anyway, so I'm just like, before I called it, he was like, something. He was like, I think he called me a bitch or something like that. So we just was like, you know, like, I ain't finna go back and forth with this nigga. He's drunk, he's weird as fuck. And I know if I call Joe over here, he'd set it off in his motherfucker like Lil Boosie. Period. So I'm just like, he ain't even worth the time, because I'm not even finna go have Joe turn up on this nigga. This nigga's a drunk weirdo. So he ended up going into some other bitches. We dancing and shit like that. It was like a bitch up in there. And you know, you could tell she was with her nigga, because they like hugged up and they dancing, fucking it up. And sometimes like they'd be kissing. He, you know, hood is aggressively grabbing you, kissing you and shit. All that cute shit. So anyway, they doing all of that, right? So when her nigga like walked off somewhere, like start talking to somebody else, mind you, he's not that far away, because we talking about the nigga toxic, because he was staring at them. So I mean, not the nigga toxic, oops, that's my friend. We was talking about creep, because he was staring at them. So we talking about him like, look at him, that nigga's. So we was talking about him like, look at him, that nigga is weird, like, look at you, y'all see that? So he started trying to dance up on the girl. And she pushed him like, get the fuck off of me. And her nigga came over there and just, boom, just socked him out. Boom. He fell. So now they fighting. Boom, 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 boom. It's a big scene. Nobody's breaking this fight up. So eventually somebody put that nigga, was like, who the fuck is this nigga? He was like, no, like, oh, my bad, bro. But he kind of got beat up. Like, not kind of, he did. Like, he probably did 2 swings and missed. Like, he was not connecting with that boy. That boy, like, really beat him up. So this nigga, they like, get the fuck out of here. They end up throwing creep out, right? But that ain't the last of creep we gonna see that night. And I ain't like, maybe not. I ain't gonna even say maybe that ain't the last of creep. Maybe it is, who knows? Look, I ain't gonna go there. Look, y'all see. So anyway, so I'm like, what the fuck? That nigga's weird. So I go over to Joe. I'm like, you just seen that shit? He was like, right. He was like, I'm mad because I wanted to beat that nigga ass and you calming me down. And I'm just like, hey, chill out, bro. Like, you're doing the most. So he just like, yeah, no, that nigga was a weirdo. He's like, if I see that nigga in the parking lot, yeah, because he just gonna be parking lot pimping, I guess, which, But anyway, so he was like, yeah, because that nigga was weird, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I told him, yeah, and he called me a bitch. And why you didn't tell me this? Because I want a bitch. I said, yeah, because that's what I knew you would have did. And I'm like, and you could have did that, you know, that's fine and dandy or whatever. However, I just didn't want to do that. Like, we having fun. That nigga's weird. After that, he walked off. Like, I'm like, if he would have continued to disrespect me or did some weird shit, try to grab me or did anything like that, of course I would have came and got you. But I'm like, it's just, you know, I just don't want, I didn't want all of that right then and there. So he like, yeah, da-da-da. So everybody just having a good time. So at this point, we go back to the dance floor. Boom. We dance and dance and dance. And at this point, I noticed, like, the nigga, like, she's drunk. Toxic is done for. So I'm like, hey, come on, sis. Like, let's sit down. I'm like, I'm going to get you some water. Like, let's go sit down. She like, no, I'm good with him. I'm going home with him. And I was just like, no, you're not. And she like, yeah. So I'm like, no, you're not. And he was like, she good. Like, she good. She a grown woman. She know how to make her own decisions. And I'm just like, how old are you, sir? And he like 30. I'm like, okay, she's 18. Not saying that's nothing, like, you know. I'm like, she's 18. I'm like, she's not even supposed to be drinking. Like, she does not know what she's doing. Like, no, she's not going with you. That's out. And he was just like, you said I'm too old for her. I'm like, I'm not saying you're too old for her. Like, she's legal. I said, but she's not about to go home with you. She's not in the right state of mind to be making these decisions. So he just like, the fuck? So I'm just like, he was like, she could come with me if she wants to. Like, we finna go. So I'm like, tell my homegirl, I'm like, go get Joe. Go get Joe. These his people. So she went to go get Joe, and he like, Joe knew the nigga. He like, nah, bro, she's not going nowhere with you. Like, they came with me, they leaving with me. She's not going nowhere. He like, bro, come on. Like, well, at least can I just take her outside to my car? He like, nah, you're not finna do that. Like, talk to her when she's sober. Like, I could give you her info. Y'all talk when she's sober. Like, you're not finna just take advantage of her. He said that the nigga like, take advantage of her. I was not finna take advantage of her. Bro, what was you finna do to this girl? She's drunk as fuck, out of her mind. She's damn near like, he damn near like holding her up, and she just out of her fucking mind. Like, what was you finna do to her? Oh, you didn't think you was finna take advantage of her? Okay. So at this point, he like, yeah, let's take her back to the section. Like, let's get her some water. So we walking back to the section, y'all. Mind you, people still coming in. It's packed up. Next thing you know, you hear him, pop, 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 pop. I was like, ah! I don't know why I did that, y'all. I don't know if it was a moment. I just stopped, and I was like, start screaming, and I like squat down and was like, ah, and Joe pulled me like, what the fuck? So he pulled me and he like threw me to the ground and like laid on me But at this point, we like by the section part. So he laid on me and I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying. I'm like, I can't go tonight. My mom's gonna be so mad. And he was like, shut up. He like, you okay? I promise you okay. He was like, if anything, I'll take this bullet. He's like, you're not gonna get hurt. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna get shot. He's like, I'm on you. I'll take this bullet for you. I'm just like, that's my dog. That's my man. But anyway, yeah, he probably would have. Who knows? But anyway, so I'm like this. I'm like, Steve, get on Toxic and my homegirl. He gonna say, fuck them bitches, and ran. Y'all, Steve wasn't shit. You not gonna protect my friends? I guess not. So he got on. And I'm just like, get down, get down. And he like, get down, like he like holding them down, like, but he on me, like holding them down though. And I'm just like crying, like, we gotta go. My mom's gonna be mad at me. I'm crying because I'm drunk too, my damn self. But I knew how to like control my drunk, like, because on my 18th birthday, it was bad. I got drugged. That's a story time for another time, though. Anyway, so after that whole getting drugged in my drink on my kickback, I controlled my alcohol. Like I knew my limits. So I'm like crying. I'm like, because I already used to be emotional, and then like, the alcohol was making me more emotional at this point. And I'm crying. He like, he's gonna be okay. So everybody's screaming, running. So when it like died down, he like, all right, come on, let's get up out of here. And I'm like, am I shot? He like, man, come on, let's get the fuck up out of here. So we went to the back and we was gonna hop the wall, but they had like tore down the gate or whatever. Somebody tore down like a little whole part, like in the area. So we ended up going through the gate. So we going through the gate. And mind you, it was just people at the front just doing dumb shit, not going through. So he like, all right, let's go through the front. So I'm like, the shooter is in the building. And he was like, I doubt the shooter is still in there. So come on, Simone, like, let's go. So we start walking to go through the front. We walk in, this boy's on the floor shot, y'all. All you seen was blood. And he just sitting there smoking a cigarette like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was so much blood. I was so scared. I'm crying even more now. Like, I'm like, God, somebody call an ambulance. He said, don't call no fucking ambulance. I'm on parole. I ain't trying to go back to jail. And I'm like, the fuck that mean? I didn't know that if you get shot, I guess, in certain situations, I don't know if that's a whole thing or whatever, if you go to jail. Like, I was like, what? That's weird. Like, what? He was like, don't call the ambulance. I can't go to the hospital. And they was like, the homegirl. So here go Joe. The homegirl CNA. She here too. I'm gonna go get her in the parking lot. And I'm just like, he needs a doctor. He needs to go to a hospital. They was like, that nigga ain't going to the hospital. They gonna chain him. They gonna handcuff him to that bed. And after he heals, they're gonna take him to jail for getting shot on New Year's Eve because he shouldn't have been here. And I'm just like, what? So we go back to the car, and so we like go into the car or whatever. When we go into the car, guess who we see in the parking lot? We see Creep. He just like smiling, everybody just hurrying, rush to their cars, and he just standing there smiling. So I'm like, I ain't gonna say what I was thinking, but y'all probably know what I was thinking. So I'm like, that's that nigga Creep. He's still here. He's not running like everyone else, but neither here nor there. So anyway, so we get in the car, y'all. I was like sad. I'm like, oh. So we get in the car. We end up driving to my house or whatever. And we sit in the car, y'all. And everybody, they just hotboxing and shit. And I'm just like sitting back, like, dang, we just all talking about the night or whatever. And Joe was like, man, that shit was crazy. He was like, but y'all seem a little shook up, so I don't think y'all trying to go to the after hours. The after hours. So I'm like, after all of that, you want to go to the after? He gonna say, didn't nobody die? I'm like, but that boy got shot, and no telling who else got shot and went to a homegirl to get patched up. And he was like, that nigga gonna be okay. You seen he was smoking a whole cigarette. He lit his own cigarette. That nigga's fine. I'm just like, so I'm like, you shouldn't go to the after hours. Like, maybe y'all could just all chill here. And y'all, let me tell y'all, I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, y'all could just all chill here. Like, we could just chill in the den and just chill, you know, let's play music on the TV or all that. We could just all chill. And he was just like, nah, we going to the after hours. And he was just like, and plus, look at Toxic. She was just like over it. And I'm just like, y'all. So he like, yeah, I'll help y'all take her in the house. He was like, but we about to turn up because we didn't finish turning up. And I'm just like, nigga, like, after all that, you still want to turn up? So we like, yeah, we gonna call it a night. So he ended up helping us take her in the house, y'all. That shit was just a crazy ass fucking night, y'all. That whole night was just crazy as fuck. I just want to tell that story because it just came back to my head because oh, excuse me, sir. It just came back to my head because I was talking about something with somebody about like the whole getting shot while on probation or parole thing, and I had thought about that, like, wow, that's crazy. I remember that. But that shit is just a crazy ass story, y'all. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that's the story for y'all. I just wanted to tell you because I'm like, I had promised y'all story time, so I'm like, let me get it to them. Right now it is 2 in the morning and I just got back from this little honey hayride, and I was just like, I don't care, I'm about to record for y'all, so that's what I'm doing. So anyway, again, thank y'all for watching this story. I hope y'all liked it, and y'all could go in the comments and tell me what y'all think was up a creep at the end of the night. I ain't gonna say what I think, so, but y'all go ahead and tell me, or tell me whatever else in the comments. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and comment down below.